Hey, thank you very much for tuning in again. So this time around, we want to look at the different text manipulation or string manipulation functions. Now these come in very handy several times if you're working on a data set, you're cleaning data, and you need to do a few checks. So this is what we want to look at today. And today we are going to look at mainly four functions that I want to take you through. Number one, we shall look at the len. We shall look at the left, we shall look at the right, we shall look at the concatenate function. Here we have a quick data set, and as you can see, it is having a different months within a year from January way through to December. So number one, with the len, this is a function that can help you understand the length of text. So you sometimes you want to know how many characters your text has. So this is how you do it. So it is a quick function we use is len, and like I told you before writing any function you have to start with an equal sign and simply write it len, which of course full form is length. So open brackets, provide it with the text you want to know the length, or the text you try to analyze. When you do enter, it will automatically quickly help you get the length of each of these months. So you can see January is 7 characters, that is the length. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So February is 8, March is 5, 4 for May, and then 9 for September. So you can see that is how you can quickly calculate. How can you use this maybe in your workplace? Sometimes you're sending out a message to customers, and several messages are limited. The cost is dependent on the length of characters or the number of characters. So for example, this is a practice. This is a sample message that we want to find how many characters it has, full stop. So maybe this is a message you're sending out to different clients. So I would want to know how many characters it has. So I'll just put equal sign len, short form from length, then open up, then provide it, and then close, press enter. It will help you quickly understand how many characters you have. So feel free to use this anytime that you want for you to be able to know how many characters your text. You can in fact try with your name. My name is Dennis, so I'll quickly find how many characters my name has. I'll say len, open brackets, I'll provide it with the cell that has my name that I want to calculate, and I'll do that. Yes, it will be 5 characters. That's it for the len function. Secondly, I'll quickly jump into left. Now, we have left and right. These work together in a way, but left, this comes in if you want to know, to extract from text, you want to extract certain strings or certain characters. For example, we have January. These are like months. We are using the same data set. Maybe I need to just get the short form of the month. Maybe I need to get the first 3 characters or first 3 letters of the month. So what I'll do, I'll use the left. Why? Because the letters I want to extract are from the left hand side. So you can see left, JAN, that would be the left. So how do you do it? Just very simple, equal sign left, and as you can see here, the function is already asking you, and like I mentioned in my previous videos, you can be able to find a lot of detail on how to use a function even if you're using it for the first time. So quickly I'll go left, and then I'll provide the text that has the content I need to extract. I'll put a comma, and quickly they're asking me here I need to follow it with how many characters do I want to pick from the left. So since I want to get the short form of January, so I'll pick 3 characters from the left. So I'll pick 3 characters and it will be provided. I'll put equal sign, close brackets, and enter. What do I have? Yes, it has come through, and I'll just simply drag it down and it will check each of the month. It will pick 3 characters. Let me actually try if you don't put, let me put left, and then I open up. I'll provide this. So if you don't put, it will automatically pick the first. So it will consider 1 as the number of characters that you want to pick. As simple as that. Thank you for that. So let me quickly jump into right. So right, same as left, but right will help you pick characters or select number of characters from the right hand side, and then you still provide the number of characters that you want. This I'll give it to you in 2 examples, example 1 and example 2. So for this example, what we want to do, you see we have account numbers here. So this is data that has invoices, and it has the account number, and it has the customer for that specific invoice. So for this particular example, what we would want to try, we want to pick, you see account number, we want to pick the digits that are within the account number, the last digits within the account number. You see every account number has a standard one, but not the same. So it has SCC dash and the number, SCC dash and the number. So you may want to pick the last digits, or the digits that are within the account number. So how would you do that? Definitely you can't use the left. Why? Because the digits you want to extract are on the right, so yet left would pick from the left. So how do I do that? So I'll just put equal sign, simply write, yeah, open that up, and like I mentioned, it shows how you simply just provide the string that has the text, and then how many characters you want to extract from the right. So I'll put right, then I'll provide the text or the string that has the characters that I want to extract. How many characters do I want to extract? Now you see some bit of uniformity. Every account number has 5 numbers within. So since it is uniform, I'll just simply put a 5 here and I'll close. Noted? So right, put the string which is b3, as you can see here, then comma, you put the how many characters do you want to pick from the right. So I'll do enter, and it automatically picks out all the digits, all the numbers within the account number of every individual customer. Very simple. How do I do it? Equal sign right, put the string. Now my string is in, for example, this example, it is in B3. Then how many characters do I want to pick from the right? You understand? That is example 1. Why I added example 2? Simply because this goes a bit on a higher level, because now you can see for this how unique is example 1 from example 2. You can see for example 1, the digits within the account number are all like uniform, they have the same length. But now something different a bit with example 2, you notice that the numbers here are a bit different. This is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. These are 8. These are 6. Then these are 7. These are 5. These are 5. So you would want a function that can pick the numbers from the right, one function. So you notice if I do equal sign right and I open up, I provide this. Since these are 5 and I need 5, and I do this. So if I do enter, there is a challenge. You notice that here 1 2 3 4 5, this is correct. 9 8 7 6 5, this is correct. However, for this from the right, it has only extracted 5 digits yet. So you've seen it does 8 9 8 7 and then 6, so it leaves out the 5. Now this is an issue, and this is incorrect data. And the data accuracy for data analytics is really very, very key. So how do we solve that? Yeah, how do you solve that? So how we want to do, you need to add in now some logic. So I'm going to delete this. How this can be handled, I'm going to put my right. I'll put my right function. I'll put this, the string, now comma. Now how many characters do we want? Now you need to notice something similar within these account numbers. They all start with SCC and a dash, SCC and a dash, SCC and a dash. So you notice that the characters in here that are uniform for all of them, they actually 5. So there is A, C, C, and a dash. Those are 5 characters. So what I can actually do, I can combine the right and the len. I'm going to show you how. So they're asking for how many characters do you want to pick from the right, since they are not uniform. So what I'll do, I'll get the length of this. Yeah, I'll get the length of this, and then subtract. I'll subtract how many? I'll subtract 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, they're actually 4. Yes, they're actually 4. So it is SCC and then a dash. There are 4 uniform characters. So I'll do that and I'll close. So what does this mean? I'm simply saying from the right, check this B13, which is my string. How many characters do you want to put to get from the right? Since they are not uniform, the digits are not uniform in number. So what I'll do, I'll get the length of this, subtract 4. Why 4? Because I know they all uniformly have 4 characters that are uniform. You understand? So I'll simply, so when you see this minus 4, the length of this minus 4, it will give you this. The length of this minus 4, it will give you this. The length of this, regardless of the length, minus 4, it will give you the length of, you understand, the digit. So this is how I will handle it. And guess what? When I put my enter, it has actually gone on the right, looked for the length of this, subtracted 4, meaning, remember, for the right, it will start putting characters or extracting characters from the left, from the right. So it picks from the right hand side. So it will pick until it will pick only, regardless of the number, because it has taken off the 4 that are uniform for all of them. I hope this is a nice one that you can try out. My last function that I would want to take you through is called the concatenate. Now concatenate is a nice one that comes in really very handy in a lot of workspaces. So concatenate, what does it do? Concatenating means joining. You can join 2 elements or 2 strings to form one string. How does the concatenate do? And for example, the data set we are looking at here, we have names of people. You can call it students. So you have the first name, middle name, and then last name. But you notice some of them don't have the last name, while some have. So very quick example, sometimes you don't want to, if you're referring to one person, you don't want to refer to them with just one name. So you'd want to join their 2 names or their 3 names. So first example here, I'm going to put someone is, I want to join first name and middle name. How do I join them? This is when the concatenate function comes in. So I'll say that so it is concatenate. So you realize there is concat and then concatenate. Now the difference between these two, concat, if I just put concat this and then this, it only joins 2 values. You understand? So but you realize, and I'm going to show you, but let us first do the concatenate. If I want to do the concatenate, so concat only does two values, but concatenate, you can add as many strings as possible. So even if someone has 50 names, of course impossible, you can join them. So let us do the concatenate. So I'll click concatenate. Simply they'll ask you for string 1, comma, put string 2, and then you can add as many as possible. So since I want to add first and middle name, I'll simply put my first name. It is going to be that, and I'll put a comma, and then they're asking for another string, so I'll put that, and I will close, and I'll put enter. So what do you see? You see that everyone, first and middle name have been joined. Matovu Ivan, you can see. But now something that is not so clean here, you notice that usually for cleanliness, the name, there must be space between first name and last name, and middle name. However, you see these have been joined and there is no space and it doesn't look nice. So how can we clean that? So you can just put concatenate, put first name, comma. You can concatenate with actually space. You put space, that is space. Remember, concatenate, you can add as many as possible. So I'm going to put a comma and I'll put the second name and I'll close. What does it show? You see, this is a more cleaner look. But how did I do it? I concatenated actually 3 elements. The first name, I concatenated the space, and then I concatenated the middle name that we wanted. So this is cleaner because there is space in there. And like I mentioned, concatenate, you can add as many values as possible. So let us try if I want all the names from this person. I'll simply do concatenate, put the first name, that, then concatenate with the space so that we make it look a bit neat. I'll put the middle name, space, and I will concatenate with space. Why? Because I'm going to add the third name and I need to have it looking nice. So I'll put that and I will close. Okay, so when I do that, you see what it has actually done. For people having 3 names, it has added people having 3 names, 2 names, 2 names, 3 names. So, and this is looking a bit more neat compared to this. Yes, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for staying in. Please subscribe, like, comment. More videos. We shall create more videos for you. Something important, there are more advanced functions that can help manipulate string or functions. So for example, I would want you to talk of some time and look for regular expressions. I think I'll create a video regarding regular expressions where you do so many things. You can actually do the same thing we've done here, but using regular expressions. You can see regex match, regex extract, and then regex express. Replace. So I'll show you. I'll create a video regarding those, but they are quite advanced a bit and they are quite handy, more useful. Thank you very much. Have a good day.